morning. Welcome to another virtual English lesson. Diana Jelihovschii,
and Maria Johnson. Hope you are in a good mood and ready to continue speaking about education.
Today, we would like to start with Jill Biden saying, "Education is the key to unlocking the human potential." Nobody doubts about huge human potential, practical application. We have just found the right key.
When students are not performing as well as they could be, it is likely they just need to be taught in a different way. It is important to remember, diversity is not exclusively about qualities, beliefs, and faith. It can also determine how we best learn new skills. Some people learn through movements and hands-on activities, while some need visual information to fully understand a concept.
A successful teacher is the one who does not only disseminate knowledge and encourage learning, but can also identify the learning styles of students and tend to each one of them.
The idea of individualized learning styles started in the 1970s and since then has greatly influenced education. Neil Fleming's VARK model is one of the common and widely used frameworks today. Fleming's learning styles are categorized into visual, auditory, reading, writing, and kinesthetic.
So, what do we have for visual? We have pictures, diagrams, and illustrations.
Under kinesthetic, you have listed experience, observation, activity, and experimentation.
For read and write, we have reading the material and writing summations.
Auditory learners learn by listening, lectures, and recordings.
To expand on Fleming's model, let's have a look at Howard Gardner's multiple intelligence theory. So, there are 7 learning styles.
The first style we have is visual, which is spatial learners. Are you constantly doodling? If you find it easier to understand something if it is in a diagram, you are probably a visual learner. Knowledge or concept maps use visual symbols as a way to express knowledge, concepts, thoughts, or ideas, and the relationships between them. These are great tools for visual or spatial learners, as you can draw connections or use color coding to group ideas. By representing information spatially and with images, students are able to focus on meaning, reorganize, and group similar ideas easily, and utilize their visual memory to learn. Visual learners often pursue careers such as architects, engineering, project management, or design.
Oral style or auditory musical. Do you dislike reading? If you need someone to tell you something out loud to understand it, you are an auditory learner. You depend on hearing the information to fully understand it, rather than just reading it from a book. Group discussions are a great way for auditory learners to grasp new ideas. Auditory learners have the aptitude to notice audible signals like changes in tone or pitch, to name a few. For example, when memorizing a phone number, an auditory learner will say it out loud first and take note of how it sounded to remember it. Oral learners often pursue careers such as musician, recording engineer, or as a language teacher.
Next, we have verbal or linguistic learners. People who find it easier to express themselves by writing or speaking can be regarded as a verbal learner. You love to write and read. You like to play on the meaning of or sounds of words such as tongue twisters, rhymes, and so on. You're familiar with the definitions of many words and regularly make an effort to learn more meaning of new words. Techniques used by verbal learners involve mnemonics, scripting, role-playing, and anything that involves both speaking and writing. Verbal learners often pursue public speaking, writing, administration, journalism, or politics.
The next style, we speak about physical or kinesthetic. Are you a hands-on type of person? In this style, learning happens when the learner carries out a physical activity, rather than listening to a lecture or watching a demonstration. Those who have a preference for kinesthetic learning are called doers, and much prefer hands-on learning. Kinesthetic learners make up about 5% of the population. Kinesthetic learners are often interested in careers such as emergency services, safety representative, physical education or entertainment, such as acting or dance.
Next, we have logical, mathematical. Are you great with numbers? When you like using your brain for logical and mathematical reasoning, you're a logical learner. You easily recognize patterns and can connect seemingly meaningless concepts easily. Logical learners often lean towards classifying and grouping information to help them further understand it. You excel in numbers and are fine with doing complex calculations, such as basic trigonometry, off the top of your head. Logical learners could pursue careers in fields such as scientific research, accountancy, bookkeeping, or computer programming.
Social or interpersonal style. Are you a people person? Other learners prefer social or interpersonal learning. If you are the best in socializing and communicating with people, both verbally and non-verbally, this is what you are, a social learner. People often come to you to listen and ask for advice. They do so because of the apparent sensitivity or you have to their feelings, moods, and even motivations. You listen well and empathize with what others are thinking and going through. Social learners may pursue counseling, teaching, training and coaching, sales, politics, and human resources.
Next, we have the solitary, intrapersonal. Do you prefer working alone or by yourself? You have a solitary style if you are more private, independent, and introspective, as well as introverted. Your concentration is at its best when you focus on your thoughts and feelings without the distraction of others. Authors and researchers often have a strong solitary learning style. However, having a good solitary grounding is evident for many top performers in a range of fields. Being able to learn introspectively works well with some of the more dominant learning styles discussed above.
So, what are learning styles? Learning styles simply group common ways people learn and store information in their brain. Each person is born with tendencies towards one or more main style. There is no best style. There is no right or wrong style. Each style has its own advantages and disadvantages. There is no one correct way for high school students to learn. Some people are evenly split between one, two, or maybe even three different learning styles. Focus on areas of strength and weakness, but put emphasis on the strength.
Okay, now let's go in word house. The first word we have today is obsolete.
What does it mean, obsolete, Maria?
Obsolete is an adjective. It means no longer produced or used, out of date.
Next word is flop. Flop means to fall heavily and noisily.
Span. Span is the length of time that something lasts or continues.
Impoverish. It means to reduce to the poverty, to deprive of natural richness or strength.
Next, we have dull. Dull means to become or to make something doll.
Humble. It is an adjective. It means marked by meekness or modesty, showing submissive respect. Now, Maria, let's replace the underlined words by their synonyms. So we have to use the words length, modest, old-fashioned, dropped, and reduced.
Today's children are unlikely to open a book after they leave school, and in time, books will become obsolete.
So, we can choose the word. How do you think?
Let's go with old-fashioned.
Yeah, so the synonym for obsolete is
Old-fashioned.
very good. Number B.
Their parents don't have time either. They are too busy working to make sure their kids have everything they need, and also tired when they get back home to do much else than flop into an armchair and switch on the cable TV. What do you think, Diana? Length, modest? We've already used old-fashioned.
Yes, we have already used old-fashioned. So I think the synonym for the word flop is drop.
Drop is correct.
So they get back home to do much else than drop into an armchair and switch the TV.
My students find books boring, probably because computerized visual effects and televised soap operas have shortened their attention span, impoverished their vocabulary, and dulled their imagination. What are the synonyms, students, for span and impoverished?
So I think for the span we have length, and for impoverished we have reduced.
Very good. In my humble opinion, reading is essential to help to develop lively, creative, critical, and literate minds.
So we have to find the synonym for the word humble. I think it is modest.
Very good.
We propose that you write arguments for and against the resolution. Education is the key to success, and give supportive evidence. Let's find what is a resolution. So let's see what is the resolution.
Resolution is a statement to be debated.
What is an argument?
An argument is a statement that you make to persuade your readers to agree with your opinion. This will usually be in the form of a paragraph or several paragraphs, depending on the length of your essay and the importance of the point you are making.
So what is evidence?
Evidence can be taken from printed primary and secondary resources, manuscripts, journals, books, web pages, transcriptions of interviews or film clips, the results of experiments or questionnaires, and other survey work.
Also, the evidence are specific life examples, statistics, factual references, appeal to authority, dictionary, encyclopedia, the Bible, the Constitution. So we advise you to write arguments for and against the resolution. Education is the key to success, and give supportive evidence. Good luck!
Thank you.